Hey, YouTube family and friends. This is Proverbs 31 Woman. And just on here, seeing how y'all doing this evening. Just gonna chat a little bit. I had planned on chatting tomorrow, but see what had happened was we're going Christmas shopping, so we'll be out of town, and not long, just like a couple hours, but on my end, my son has a basketball game, so I'm not gonna be able to do my chat like I wanted to, and we stayed up pretty late. What time is it right now? Well, it's 9:18. Okay. All right. So today we're gonna do a little chat. I'm gonna just chat about this other book. Yes, it's another book. Has anybody ever seen this book? Okay. It's the Old Farmers Almanac, Vegetable Gardener's Handbook. Okay. And for this year's growing season, or this past year, 2019's growing season, I didn't really use this one. I didn't really use this book. So I'm going to take the time this year while I'm planting my garden and actually read through it. Seems to have a lot of good information. Let me see if I can find an author so that if you all would like to get this book, you can. It says the publisher is Sharon Pierce, editor Jenna Stillman, art director Colin Quinnell. I guess it's a compilation of a whole bunch of different people's works. Okay, so table of contents, ground rules. Okay, so it goes from getting started, U.S. frosts and growing seasons, Canadian frosts and growing seasons, tools for implementing success. Okay, dig less, mulch more, gardening technique. And that's something that I've seen on a few channels where they talk about mulching more versus digging. Gardening too. Okay, container gardening. A garden starts with soil, soil texture, the pH anomaly, phenomenal effects of pH. They put pH on there twice. So, make the most of compost. What will you grow? How to start seeds, when to plant, companion plants, herb partners. Okay. Those are the ground rules. Journal pages, soil tests, my soil's pH, my compost planner, my favorite veggies, my seed starting record, my plant companions, herbs in my garden, how does my garden grow, disease and pest record, my fertilizer record. This is some pretty good stuff. My seed saving record. You know, I haven't been keeping a record of the seeds that I've been saving, but I did save some seeds last year. I saved okra. Let me think of what else. I saved a few tomato seeds. And marigold seeds. I did save some marigolds from last year. My rotation record, my container garden record, observations and reminders. Okay, and then part 2, vegetables. It has from asparagus to turnips, kohlrabi. I really wanted to try rutabaga, so I'm going to try rutabaga this year because it tastes pretty good. My mother fixed some. Maybe it's just that she cooks well. But she said it's a good alternative to potatoes, the rutabaga plants. And I think I'm going to give those a try. They need a lot of space, though. I want these full-size vegetables, but I don't have like a whole lot of space. So I'm going to have to be wise on how I utilize my space this year. asparagus, beans, beets, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, carrots, cauliflower, celery, corn, cucumbers, edamame, which is soybeans, eggplant, garlic, kale, lettuce, okra, onions, parsnips, peas, bell peppers, potatoes, pumpkins, radishes, spinach, squash, summer and winter, sweet potatoes, Swiss chard, tomatoes, turnips. Okay, so I want to do rutabaga, so I'm going to go to page 134. I know I'm going to kind of jump around a little bit, but let's see what helpful information it has about the rutabagas. 134. Okay, that's what it looks like there. Okay, rutabagas. Okay, well, ring-tailed rutabagas. Okay. Rutabagas, aka sweeties, are biennial root vegetables, usually grown annually for both their soft ball-sized golden root and their greens. So you can also eat the greens on the rutabaga. Rutabagas are often confused with turnips, yes. Both require similar care, but rutabagas take longer to reach maturity. Rutabagas' blue-green foliage is smooth and waxy, and the root usually has yellow flesh. Turnip roots are often pink and white, and generally have white flesh. Rutabaga is a cool weather crop that tolerates frost and drought. It is primarily grown in the northern United States, Canada, and northern Europe. And while it has a lot of information, a little bit of background, and planting rutabagas prefer full sun or light shade. Soil high in organic matter, aged manure, and/or compost may hamper growth and crop quality. So it is very similar to radishes. I didn't know that, and I amended my soil the last time I grew radishes. I was still successful with them, but I think I would have been more successful had I not amended my soil so much. Well, it looks like somebody's in the chat room. Feel free to leave a comment. I'm just looking through this book, trying to get set up for my spring garden. I want to get things started early, and I want to do a better job this year at researching and learning about figuring out what I want to grow and establishing a better garden. Okay. It says, and tolerate most soils, grow them in the ground or in raised beds with deep, loose soil. Avoid planting rutabagas and other cool crops in the same place more than once every 3 or 4 years. So I have to use a different garden bed. Plant in early to mid-summer time. Time them to harvest about 3 months later. Light frost improves the root quality. I noticed that even with my greens, with them being in the cold, I noticed that they performed a lot better. And my page just closed. So I'm going to take a look at some of these other plants in here. Groundsels or some other things that are in here anyways. What is this? Okay, so this is talking about choose a sunny spot, be in the clear, avoid crops near large trees. Okay. These will not only cast shade, but also compete with your vegetables for nutrients and water. So that's important. Know your waterways and means. Have water readily available. Hand watering with a hose or watering can is likely to be necessary during dry weather. Yes, it was necessary last year, y'all. Warm to being frost-free. Okay, and here's where it gets into kind of an almanac type, where it's giving you the weather. And our weather has been kind of crazy anyways with the grand solar minimum that everybody's talking about. So I don't know if this will be on point, but from what I hear, it's pretty close. And this just has a lot of the last frosts for different states. Let me see if my state is in here. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's about right, actually. Can last for us. Tools to use for your success. Tool care and maintenance. I just love books like this. Okay. And I know how to use tools. I mean, this is just extra. This is just being extra, y'all. But some of the techniques, I always want to learn new techniques. I look at the Morning Gardener sometimes, and he talks about soil condition. I think he had a video out about the soil being crummy, his soil being crummy. I didn't look at the whole video, so I'm not sure what the content was on there. But I know this book just mentioned soil quality. All right. The garden starts with soil, page 26. And I did a lot of research last year and got a lot of really good soil amendments. So I don't think I really had a problem in that area. It was mostly the temperature and the timing. I had poor timing when I planted my crops, so they didn't really produce for very long. And this talks about the weed test, which is basically looking at what kind of weeds are growing in your soil and then determining what deficiencies are in your soil. Because the weeds pretty much they do y'all. They do telltale signs of soil condition. That's what it says here on page 27, right in here. And I know this just based on a lot of my research. But Breckenfirm, dock, horsetail, nettle, Virginia creeper, that if they're growing, then your soil is acidic. So it pretty much tells you. Broom, sedge, burdock, horsetail, stinging nettle, calcium deficient. So wonder if it has pictures of some of these, because sometimes it's very difficult to determine what is what as far as your different weeds. And some of these are like herbs too, like nettle and stuff. Those are herbs. I mean, a lot of the stuff we consider weeds and pull out and throw out are, some of them are edible and they help the soil. What will you grow? Plan, and that's something that I'm definitely doing this year. More planning. I already have my bed set up. I'm just going to determine what I'm going to put where, and I'm going to consider what I grew last year in that process and how well it grew. I had really good luck last year with radishes. I did grow quite a few for myself. Quite a few would be like maybe 20, 10 to 20. That's quite a few for me. Let's see what else. I was very successful with bok choy, and I've grown them in 2 garden beds, and I'm about to harvest the stuff that's out there. If it hasn't dried up, y'all, I've been bad. I'm gonna have to go out there. I watered my trees today, but it got too dark. I let it get too dark, and I didn't get out there to raise that plastic up, because like I told y'all, we have snakes in my area, so I'm not gonna be out there like that raising up stuff. I'm gonna wait. Well, and I did garden after dark the other day, but I just didn't feel the need to do all that today. Okay. Okay. Oh, shows you how to grow celery. All right. Oh, and look at the corn, wit and wisdom. Little cool little sayings. So I think this is a good quality book when it comes to gardening. And it isn't like the one that I looked at yesterday. This one is different. The one I looked at yesterday was Back to Basics, and I'm going to add that to the live chat. But this one is Back to Basics. Okay. So I'm definitely going to get in here and try to work with what's in my area. I already know. I had a problem with cucumbers last year. I didn't get any to grow. So this year I'm going to work a little bit harder. I think it was just my drip irrigation. I didn't have it set properly. But, you don't want to waste water. But I got to find that balance between make sure I'm using enough without using too much. Okay. And I definitely did learn that bell peppers need more water than what I was giving them. So with a lot of these, I'm going to go with the method of gardening where you just plant the seeds in the garden bed and thin them out as they grow. I'm just going to go with that method. I'm very excited about gardening this year. Very excited. Or 2020 gardening. New year. New season to garden. Okay. Well, you guys, I know y'all can tell I'm tired. So I'm about to go to bed. But this is just a book that I checked out to be on my way to successfully gardening. And of course, I check out a lot of your YouTube channels and the people that have been gardening for a significantly long time. I appreciate you sharing with us on YouTube. For me, I grow, but this is more growing than I've done in the previous years. I've gone from patio container garden to an actual garden outside and raised beds. So I'm pretty excited, excuse me. And of course, as I mentioned the other day, I'm going to be trying to process those tomatoes from this past summer. And I did get a book on that too. I think my kids might have got this for me, but I did get this book right here. So I'm going to look through that too and see what I can do to get the canning going well. Tomatoes are acidic vegetables, so water bathing should be fine for them. But I'm going to do some more research and make sure before I get those going. And this book should actually tell me, but I'm going to hold off on that one. I'm going to save it for tomorrow. Well, not too many people hung around tonight. Not too many people hung around. But that's all right, because I didn't really give y'all enough time to think about it and show up to the chat room. So, that being said, I'm about to get off of here. Just wanted to give a shout out to you all and say hello. And I'll probably poke around on YouTube a couple more minutes and go to bed, take a shower, go to bed. Those are my plans for tonight. But I am going to go Christmas shopping because tis the season. So I do plan on doing that today or tomorrow. And that's about it. I'm going to relax. We are now on break, y'all. We are on a break. I am so excited. I am like a little kid. Oh, I'm ready to just relax. And we watched a pretty good movie a little while ago and relaxed. So we're already getting off to a good start. All right, but I'm still going to work on planting my garden so that I can do seed starts and get a jump on things. And I'll share some of it with you guys, of course, on my next videos. And y'all have an awesome weekend if I don't get back on here. But I'm thinking about it getting on for maybe Sunday. That's what I'm thinking about. But I'll start to have family coming in for the holidays. So we'll see how that goes. Well, anyhow, you guys have a blessed and wonderful night. I pray that everybody is healthy and happy and successful. God bless you all. This is Proverbs 31 Woman, and I'm out.